In this series of recordings, we'll be going through the option of multi-depth drilling. Now, what exactly is multi-depth drilling? Multi-depth drilling is an operation where it gives you full control of the actual drill operation. It is a non-cycle operation, and all the moves are either up or down in a G1 or G0, and all in the Z direction. Now, this is used for very deep holes, or if you have breaks in the holes, just as if you have in this part over here, where certain areas are already machined and there's no reason to go here in a drill feed, you can go a lot quicker. The same thing over here and over here. And like I said, this is not a canned cycle. So let's take a look how this works. I'm going to choose the option of multi-depth drill, and the geometry will be this one hole over here, that top hole over here. I'll accept that. The tool that I will be using will be a long drill, and in this particular case, I'll be using an 8mm drill that goes all the way to the bottom. It has a total length of 220, outside the holder 175mm. Now, in the levels, I have my upper level at the very top, and I have my drill depth at the very bottom, and I want to have at the depth it be at full diameter, and give it a little delta as well, -1 mm. Okay, now let's go into our technology. In our technology, actually, it looks completely different than our regular drill operation. First, you have the default levels as you created in the levels page. Those come in here automatically. Now, let's say I'd like to have my first level go down to this step over here. So I can add a level just by clicking on the plus. And when it gets to the levels window, I can just click on that particular level over there, and it will get that value. Now, let's take a look at the bottom. In this particular case, I want the full diameter of the tool to pass that, and I may even give it a little bit of a delta. So I'll give it a delta over here of -1 mm. Now, I also have the options over here of the direction of the cut, clockwise, and if I want the coolant on or off, and if I want, I can also add dwell time. If I add dwell time for that particular step, if I open it up, the dwell time for that step will open up over here as well. Take it off, and it's off. Also, we also have the segment start, pec clearance, pec retract feed, and pec down feed. This is all activated if we click on pec over here. And then we have all the values of pec over here as well. We can have it pec at every 4 millimeters. I can actually say have a decrement of every 0.5 millimeters. And the minimum step will be, say, 1 millimeter. If I want to continue down now to this next step, I'll just click in here and say plus again. And now I'll click on this step. In this step, I don't want to have picks. I'm not going to do that. And I wanted to have the cutter tip to go down to that step. And the feed rate in this particular case can be much quicker because it's not cutting any material, so I'll have it at 1,000. I can continue on going further and further down on the part. But that is basically the idea behind multi-depth drilling, where you can actually add them. It's where it is actually a completely user-controlled cycle. The G-code themselves is not a cycle G-code, but rather a G-code of rapid and feeds in the Z direction. Now, in my next recording, I'll show you how you can get these levels automatically.